What is our project today? We're in the bathroom again. Holy cow. And this is what I wanted to show you. Here's their dimmer switch right now. You push the button and it's off. You turn it on and you turn it either way. And those are okay, you know, but it's got a really rusty piece of trim around it, the faceplate. I'm going to change that. I was having a hard time getting this off. It's like rusted in there. It's kind of squeaky and it's kind of hard to push on and off. So I've decided to change that and install a different dimmer switch. And here's the dimmer switch I'm going to install. It's a slide dimmer. Let's see, you just slide it up. And when it's down like that, you push down and it's off. You raise up a little bit, dim, and then up. Now they have different models. This is the cheapest one. There's also one where you can turn it on and off down here, a little paddle. And then you can turn this up and down. And then there's also one you can just turn it on, and then there's a little slider on the side here. Just a really super thin one, but you know, this one's going to work fine, and it only cost me about $11. You can buy these up to 20 bucks or more if you wish. This is kind of a style that used to be in years ago. Well, this is kind of the updated style, you know, for your light switches. Lots of times you got a paddle on off, and this is going to mimic that. It's nice white. It's got a nice white trim on it. And this is for single light switches. Now they also have dimmers like this, three-way dimmers, where you can do it at two different locations. But you know, the wiring inside the wall is not set up for that. So that's what our project is today. If you're wanting to know how to install a dimmer, how to put those wires in there, stay tuned. Now maybe you're asking yourself, hey Joe, I don't have a dimmer right now. That's why I want to install a dimmer. You've already got a dimmer and you're replacing it with the dimmer. That should be kind of easy, like for like, right? Well, if you got just a regular switch there and you want to change that to a dimmer, I'll explain how to do that too. Don't worry. Now if you have a dimmer like this and you just need to replace this, you can get replaceable caps, you know, the top part too. But you know, I was initially just going to replace this piece of trim, and I was trying to be careful to pull this out, and I thought I was going to break it, so I left it alone. Let's just see. Now that I'm going to be replacing this whole thing, let's see if I can get this off. It's not coming, and I guess I'm going to have to break it off. You know, somebody might have glued it on here, and I'm not liking the looks of this. I better shut the power off anyways. It's always best before you start working on this. Shut the power off, find your sub panel, and turn off the associated breaker. Lucky for me, I brought my trouble light because I turned off the lights in here. I wanted to make sure there was enough light for the video, so hopefully you can catch all this. Yep. Snap that puppy right off. Somebody must have super glued it in place or something, but you know, I'm not really worried about that now, am I? Because I'm going to be replacing this. Okay, now the first thing I can see is this trim faceplate has been painted over many times. And before you think you can just pry on that, you might want to take a sheetrock knife or something. Gently score it. I'm trying to just be careful. And I want to kind of go around this, you know, before prying it off. I don't I don't want to get this paper coming off or any paint flicks or anything like that. When you do this, you want to start up at the corner and come down, and then start at the bottom and come back up, in case your knife goes oops, oops, you know, something like that. Alright, so be careful when you're taking those off. You probably want me to show you that I'm not going to mess up, huh? Okay, I got it kind of loose, but I still don't want to just pry it off. You know what I mean? Just be careful. I can pull down on it. Okay. Jeez. That might be the hardest part of your project, because the last thing you want to do is mess this up around there. When I put this back on, I'm going to hopefully adjust that so that my new cover plate is going to cover all that, because I really don't want to have to start getting paint out, especially if I don't have the paint with me, or it's an existing paint where there's no paint can here or something. Alright, so now just unscrew this, and if you have a regular light switch, go ahead and unscrew the regular light switch, okay? Gently pull that out. I've got the power off, okay? Oh, nice. I got that taped off. That's the green wire. That's the ground. And because there was a dimmer here before, I'm just going to kind of take note. I pull this out, kind of remember what's going on here, because I want to wire it up the same way. Okay. Ooh, there's a white wire in here, and the wire nut. Look at that. Top of it's right off. I really don't need this white wire out, because I'm not really going to connect up to that, but I'm glad I've kind of messed with that, because the cap came off. And here's the inside of the wire nut. Did you know the inside of the wire nut, lots of wire nuts have, there's a metal housing in there, and that gets on there too. So I'll just see, maybe I can reuse that. And I'm looking back in there, and I see some ground wires. And see, this wasn't hooked up to any ground before, and I think my new one's got a ground wire. And look at that. Here's a ground wire right here. It's all ready. And they decided they didn't think they needed that. If you got ground wire, most junction boxes, switch plates, and electrical receptacles usually have ground wires in the boxes, depending how old your house is. We want to hook that up too. Okay. I'm going to look at these wires a little bit, kind of make heads or tails out of this if I can. And I'm going to have to look really close on here and see which wire goes to which. Okay? Because this is an older one, and I'm not seeing anything. Usually you'll see on the wire itself a little tag that says too fan or too hot, or you'll see it down in here somewhere, fan, hot, or something like that, you know, or light switch, whatever, you know, to the light fixture. And then one of these, because one of these wires is going to the power that powers this box, and one is going up to the light fixture. Now it might make a difference when I get ready to look at the new dimmer switch. I'm gonna have to look at that, and it might, you know, I'll look at the directions, and there might actually not be a difference. Might be able to, and see this one here, I got two blacks. I don't even have a red, but I might be able to go to any black, and then this other one to the red. It may not matter because it's a light fixture that we're hooking up to and not a ceiling fan. You know what I mean?